Hello loves, welcome to Fifth Dimension. Thanks for joining me today for this collective reading. I hope everybody's doing well. So I do want to say that this reading already has a theme simply because it's the energy that I picked up on in general. So I've mentioned that I wake up usually with a song in my head, and sometimes it's just something having to do with for me, but this one feels separate. This one keeps dominating my mind and I just cannot stop singing it in my head. And the theme of the song is basically about this like longing for, the almost like to an obsession. It's called Eat Sleep, something like that. What's it called? It is called Eat Sleep, yes. And I will obviously, I'll put the link to it in case you want to take a listen to it. But the song, like, there's somebody in your energy or somebody directing a lot of thought energy towards you. This, or it could be you, right? But I'm strongly feeling this is being directed towards you. But let's go ahead and see what that's all about, because the energy that I was getting was like, literally, that's what the song is saying. Baby, all that I do is eat, sleep, think of you. So let's go ahead and see what the tarot says about that. Now, this can be in any aspect, okay? This does not have to be like a romantic person. It just feels like somebody heavily focused on what it is that you're doing. And just like, I don't know. So we have masculine, we have clearance, we have remembrance. Let me actually get some from these now. I feel like it's something that's dead and done. This is definitely going to be somebody from your past. I'm feeling that it's more than just platonic, but it doesn't have to be, okay? Look, showed itself. Sorry, I'm staying very stumped because these messages, they're a little tricky. They feel tricky for me for whatever reason. We have the Hermit. Two for vanity. We have the Hierophant. We have the Five of Wands. And then for the last one, we have the Knight of Swords. This one wanted to poke through the Two of Wands. Okay, I'm actually going to pause and feel this out. All right, check this out. I apologize for all the scatteredness. I was about to just stop the recording and put everything away and reshuffle and start a new reading because I hate how messy that beginning was. But regardless, I'm just going to keep going because I do see a clear read and there is a definite person here. Okay, so I'm going to take it as a masculine energy, but you take it however it resonates for you, okay? There was a clearance in regards to this that happened previously, happened before. Or it could currently be happening, but there was a need in your energy to be cleared. Your energy was calling to be cleared. Why? Because you were at a place in your spiritual journey where it was time for you to expand, okay? It was time to, so you may, like, yes, it's the energy that's been coming out a lot lately is the death and the rebirth. We've been picking up on all the heavy little ugly energies about what's involved, right? All the aspects that are involved with what a true death and rebirth feels like and what that looks like in our actual day-to-day lives, you know. And it's not, when we look at it in a picture, like in tarot or like from a spiritual aspect, you can paint it from a perception to where you're just like, okay, this is what's going on with me. But then when you try to reflect it into what is happening in my everyday real life, which can seem so mundane and like disconnected from what it is that you feel is happening. And so, yeah, no, don't get distracted. I was gonna mention like some meme that says what it looks like I'm doing, what I'm actually doing. Like, you know, those memes. That's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. It's there was some part of you spiritually that was calling for a clearance. Now, this obviously reflected in your physical life in some aspects where it came to some falling out. There's a lot of falling out, okay? Clearing away, clearing your space completely to the point of complete isolation in some cases, right? And that may be the case for you. I know that that resonates with me. So calling for a place of expansion is just like a shift, a time for things to change, a time for you to create the space in order to have the space for what's to come, right? What it is that you're looking forward to, that the best things are yet to come is what I'm hearing. And so you needed to make space for that. You can't like have your closets all the way full when your best wardrobe is about to arrive. Like, no, we got to clear that shit out. So essentially that's what that's happening, okay? And this may also like literally reflect in things that you had to get rid of, like physically in your home, maybe even a move, just financial, like moving things around financially. I'm seeing clearing spaces there, like to where there's not so much strain. And that was something that I picked up yesterday, which is funny because I usually don't ever pick up on anything. Like I try not to delve into that aspect of, that's why I don't really do career readings, you know, because they stress me out when they start getting into finances. But yes, I'm picking up on that. Like there's something that you're working on when it comes to like paperwork, filling out paperwork and clearing things out in that aspect too. But then this is also reflecting in like, I see like deleting messages on phone, removing followers or unfollowing, like, I don't know, there's just a lot of clearing out happening, okay? But that's good. However, then we get into this energy of this person. All right. So if this resonates with you, we're going to get into the other person's energy now. And the other person's energy comes off as masculine. So somebody who is used to embracing and exhibiting their more masculine traits, right? Like I said, it's not gender specific, but that's how the energy is coming through. So somebody who, it's feeling to me like somebody who likes to be in control. Both of these men have the withered energy of like having a lot of knowledge in their field is what I heard, having a name for themselves, having created some sort of reputation in which they gather respect, and they have become accustomed to living this way and have become accustomed to people fawning over them. I don't know if that's the word, but that's the word I said. And it's just like, look at me, here I come, I'm the shit, okay? a little tiny speck of ego, just kidding. A whole lot of ego up in there, okay? I'm gonna say. Now, this is where I said the energy gets tricky, because the original energy was eat, sleep, think of you. I was picking up on energy that was almost obsessive, but in this energy, the way it is appearing on the surface, there's no indication of that. However, within, it's boiling. There's conflict within, and it's sort of giving me like, why the fuck aren't you over here fawning over me? OMG, look at his face. He's like, there's like a gap here, and then I saw him like look at me, and he's like, why the fuck aren't you over here like admiring the shit out of me like these other fools. No, bitch, I'm over here is what you're doing. I'm over here expanding my consciousness and expanding my energy for all of the wonderful fucking things that want me, that choose me, that are right for me, that are I'm getting from you, okay? It's like a not budge, and then I'm getting a not budge. So if this is resonating with you, you're gonna know, like you're gonna know. If it's not, it's just not gonna be a reading because this feels extremely specific to two energies. Okay, I will just say that. Now, the conflict that's boiling within them could also be external. And I don't mean like it's boiling over externally to where they're like taking it out on people. I mean like towards you energetically. I feel like they're shooting a bit of daggers. But then at the same time, if that's not the case, then I feel there may be other people involved as far as like whispers and opinions and oh, what am I gonna look like? Because there's used to like, oh, like, you know, people, I don't know, like this person is watched. And I don't know what that means. So this person could, you know, like influencer or anything like that. Or they're just, like I said, they could have a prominent position in some aspect. In which there's a lot of eyes on them. So they know that they're being watched. And this is therefore the 𝙓𝙤𝙓𝙓𝙓, you know, like I cannot show just how I'm bothered about this. They're bothered about your, I heard resignation. So this may have to do with the job. I don't know. I heard resignation. So they're bothered with your resignation. You have resigned from your position at front row seat. Used to be front row seat is what they appear to, they, at least in their mind, you used to be front row seat and you're no longer showing up. Okay, there's a gap. Remember, that's strongly standing out to me. There's a gap and they're feeling it. And that was the original energy. And it was feeling like heavy thought. Eat, sleep, think of you. And then there was the aspect of feeling regret. Now, this is not coming out. No, yeah, it's coming out right here. And I'll pull some more cards right now. But there's an aspect of regret that this person is feeling over the way that they behaved, but then I feel the ego strongly come up again and be like, no, like, keep it together. You don't worry about stuff like that. Like, people respect you. People like you a lot. I can see this person talking to themselves in the mirror, being like, no, what are you doing? Don't let that get to you. Don't acknowledge the gap that you are feeling internally. This person misses you a lot. And I know that I'm saying it like from a, but whatever, but this, like what it comes down to is this person misses you a lot. And I don't know if they've admitted that to themselves. I heard a rude awakening, but they're having a rude awakening that I heard that you're not going to let yourself be treated that way. I don't know what the backstory is, and I really don't want to get into the backstory as to why you resigned your position. Now, when it comes to this person's energy over here, like I feel like that's exactly where they are. Like, so if this card says ancestors, but I'm going to remove that. This is more about the remembrance, the aspect of the focal point being what was when it comes to, and I feel like the workspace. So again, this may be somebody that you're involved with, like in the workspace, or like a former boss of yours, okay? But it feels like that sort of position, like somebody who felt superior to you in some aspect, and that's fucked up, right? But no, it's just the ego. They may not have been superior to you in any way, or even have been your boss, but that's sort of just the energy they take on in general. That's like their main go-to when it comes to how they present themselves. But anyways, while at work, I feel like they are, I don't know what it is that they do, but whatever it is that they do, it's very like, I heard mundane again. Who even uses that word? But anyways, something that they do is repetitive is what I'm getting. There's some repetitiveness to, because of the painting, right? Like, so when I focus on painting, it's just like my mind goes into a blank sort of, and it's just like something that like becomes automatic almost, that takes over when it comes to that. And then I'm just like there monitoring myself, but also not there creating the art, if that makes sense. That's sort of what I feel like. Yeah, it's just a flow that you enter. And I feel like this person has something that they do all day as far as when it comes to their work that is something that almost becomes automatic, where they can just take a seat on it and they're like watching themselves do it, but not really like having to be fully present in it. And then that's where they slip into this. They slip into this energy of taking a seat and remembering what was, specifically when it comes to the two of you. And I feel like this is putting this person in a lot of place of regret. It puts them in a place of wanting to communicate something to you or like act impulsively in some aspect, but they don't. They don't. This person is very controlled. I will say that. So let's go ahead and get some. What does the collective need to know? Why is this energy coming through? Like, that was a cute little story, but I need to know, like, what was the point of what do you need to know about this? Or maybe you needed to know that. Maybe you didn't know that. But we'll see. What does the collective need to know? Why are they so chunky? One more, please. It's like messages that are resisting to come through. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles. There's that work energy again. I feel like this may be married energy. Like, I feel like you're in the same position. Like, you're doing a lot of work, either internally, externally. Maybe you may be busy with work, but I feel like this is something you're both delving into with that work energy. The Moon, the World, the Ace of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like you feel this person. The Moon energy is giving me like, you see them, but you don't see them. Like, you see them, but they're not there. So that's really just like a, maybe that's even like something. Maybe you do actually think you see them, but it's not them. Or you're having a lot of synchronicities, perhaps. Or seeing their name. I know that's a big one for me. Like, I have somebody haunting me. They're not dead though, but I see their name everywhere, and it's like ridiculous how much this name haunts me. But it may be that, like, it's almost like they're a shadow around you and you feel them, but at the same time there's this aspect of you like allowing what is to be, because the world is like the letting go, the closing off and beginning for the new chapter, which would be, you know, connect with the Ace of Cups. You are manifesting an overflow in the physical, because here, like, it just gives me like this, you just need to focus. There's something that you really want. There's something that you really want, that you're just really focusing on that, and you're not going to allow anything to get in the way of that. Because it's this manifesting nothing into something, and turning the faucet on in some aspect of your life, where you are trying to manifest not only some, but an overflow of, being completely from the lack of something to an overflow of. That is what you're heavily focused on and putting your work, your intention to. And I feel like that is the guidance to continue to do so, despite feeling, you know. What messages can we get about this person? Actually, let's do that. Where's my other deck? Let me use that. I have the Twin Flame Journey deck that I had created forever ago. I'll pull some messages from that too. Alright. Messages from this person, if they could they could contact you or remove. It's the ego, to be honest. It strongly feels like the ego is not allowing them. And it's not so much like, it may be cockiness, because there's some aspect to me that feels like when I saw like the representation of a person looking into the mirror and being like, no, like, this is not who you are. Like, you don't let things like this get to you. Like, sort of like, you know what I mean? Like, convincing themselves that this isn't affecting them as much as it actually is. There's a place of them that's in denial, I feel. But then there's that, like, there is a little bit of conflict I'm strongly getting within, like, wanting to impulsively do something and then talking themselves completely out of it. All right, anyways, let's get some messages. Messages from this person for the collective. Okay, I'll take those three for now. Though I admit it, that the thought of you with someone else makes me lose it. That makes me laugh because, although I don't admit it, like, that's what I'm getting from this person. Like, they don't admit anything that they're feeling about this. Like, they hold a strong, they have a lot of control in how they present themselves because, like I said, there's a lot of eyes on them. I've come to understand that running away from you has caused you tremendous pain. And there are things that you've said to me that have triggered repressed feelings within. So this person is in a triggered state presently, in the present, right? As you're viewing this reading. Now, energy is constantly changing. So, like, later tonight, they may not be in a triggered place with you. But right now, I did sense the triggeredness. Remember, I had originally felt that when I said that this person was like, why the hell aren't you over here? Giving me the attention and being front row seat over here watching me and like everybody, yeah, watching me, because there's a lot of people watching this person or that like to, you know, I get like flirty energy. I feel like this person has a lot of flirty vibes around them, like people that really like essentially like worship them, like the yes people, right? The yes sir, yes sir, whatever you want. And so they don't even know how to handle. Is that what it is? They feel rejected. You're not rejecting them, though. You're just taking care of you and prioritizing yourself. And I heard for once. But they're taking it as a rejection. Why? Because they're triggered. It's big. It's bringing up like rejection wounds that they have. Maybe even abandonment wounds. You've always held a special place in my heart. And then we have the intensity of this connection creates a deep-rooted fear in me. Yeah, it's bringing up... like, all they're thinking about is the potential of how they could be hurt by you. And so, therefore, they put the wall. But they're hurting themselves, essentially, by not just being straight up with you. You know what I mean? By the facade of, oh, I'm great and everybody admires me, so you should be the one to make the effort to come this way. Like, no, that's what they're used to, but that's not your energy. You're not a yes, sir, yes, ma'am. I mean, you are in the place of respect, but not in the place that you're going to be draining your energies. You don't have any energy to offer that. You are trying to manifest an overflow of that energy into your life, not trying to like deplete yourself any further than you already are, okay? Let me get last one tarot for each, please. Oh, no, we're not doing that. Clarify running away. Oh. The Nine of Wands. They didn't know what to do. When it came to them running away, they didn't know how to react. They just felt overwhelmed. They felt overstimulated. They felt like trapped into a corner. So that's just how they responded on instinct. The Two of Wands. Although I don't admit it, the thought of you with someone else makes me lose it. Yeah, that is the energy. They're probably, yeah, running... or they could have people telling them that you're doing this, and that. You're literally just in your fucking cave doing your own thing. But this person is like running around in circles about what you might be doing, letting the jealousy boil in, depending on how long they've been holding back. Maybe a thing. Okay, so there are things that you've said to me that have triggered feelings repressed feelings within. And then the Ten of Pentacles to clarify that. Family. They have repressed feelings of wanting a family, of feeling whole. Right now I feel like they feel alone. They're used to attention, but it's not deep connection. It's surface level connection and attention that they receive a lot of, but at the end of the day it's empty. It's like people bringing like a plastic cup with a picture of water to them all day. Here's my plastic cup with a picture of water in it. It's not quenching a damn thing. You, on the other hand, you have that water. You have that natural and straight from the glaciers of Antarctica. Somebody used to make fun of me about that because I'm always like with my water and my ice, and I need my ice with my water because I like it to be extra cold because that's just how I am. And they used to make fun of me and be like, you with your glacier water. That's you with your glacier water. It's very quenching. However, like I said, it's the ego that gets in the way, but they feel it. They feel that they could be really fulfilled with you. I don't know how this could be work related, but it could be work related as far as feeling like you have a lot to offer, right? Okay. But I am feeling a lot of romanticism. I will just say that. You've always held a special place in my heart, clarified by the Fool. I feel like this person, that original energy, like at times, there's a really bubbly energy. They feel like a core connection to you, okay? It just felt so simple. Like it didn't require a lot of moving parts, but yet this person created a lot of moving parts to something that didn't need that because of fear. Obviously, I'm saying there's a lot of triggered energy here, and like I said, there's this place of impulsivity that surfaces. It's bubbling there. It's bobbing. I'm letting you know, like, that's the potential. I'm gonna say there's a little bit of potential, I don't know, depending on the person, for them to like impulsively speak on some of that or behave with that being their driving energy. I don't know. Anyways, the last one. The intensity of this connection creates a deep-rooted fear in me. Yeah. They felt happy. They felt joyful. They felt lively. They felt just fun. You're fun to be with. You're fun to connect with. You're fun to explore life with. They always, however they experienced that with you, they just always experienced your energy as something very positive, as something very exciting, something very quenching, like I said, versus what they're not receiving from the other stuff that they're getting from all the eyes on them. You know, it's false. Like, it gives them validation, but it's like a false, it's empty. It's empty validation, because the truth is that there's an aspect of them that really is afraid of what they feel. And that's, I feel like they feel lonely and they want to, there's a part of them that wants to experience wholeness with another person. And I feel like that being you, okay? And if this is work related, well, this person just felt like they've lost somebody who really could take them the whole way, whatever that is. And as far as like business, like somebody who was very solid and beneficial to them in some aspect, helping them to feel fulfilled, safe, and trust, you know, like the loyalty, the sense of loyalty that you had to offer. But yeah, that is what I got for you. Let me get you some animal cards, of course, to close this reading off. That was a long one, and it was a cute little story, I guess. But at the same time, this is just energy. I'm not going to be here and be like, well, what is this person going to do? Like, no. That's not the focus that the guidance wants you to be in. Not to be focusing on them, but I am making you aware that they are in your energy and thinking about you. And if you might feel the little daggers that they might be sending you because you're not over there like kissing their ass, essentially, But that's okay. Like you're working on you. Like you know better than to what is it called, internalize other people's stuff. You're protected from that, okay? Or also, I'm letting you know, in case you have been internalizing, because that may be a thing, you may be taking their lack of, because I feel like this person was probably acting really dry with you. I'm getting dry ice with all the like the fuzz around them. I'm getting dry ice. They may be acting dry and icy as fuck with you. But if that's been internalized in your energy, just understand where it's coming from, okay? And like they're triggered by what it is that they feel, and it's like almost like an unnatural response, but it is purely like driven by ego, their response to you. Card number 35, Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. You know this. Card number 64, this one keeps coming out. Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings, and I feel like that's in this. Like it stings to you, I feel. I'm not going to get into that energy because I didn't even read what you were feeling towards this person, what you think about this person. You know, so I don't need to tell you. You already know what you feel and you think about this person. And I am feeling you have a soft spot. You feel everything that they feel. You would like everything that they would like. But the way that the energy that they're coming is not coming from the right alignment of what a partnership should, where a partnership should come from. It shouldn't be like, oh, don't you know how good I am? Come to me. Like, no, you'd be very happy to fill in first seat for this person if they just acted right, is sort of what I'm getting. And then we have, and it stings you is what I'm getting. It does sting you just as bad to be over here completely away, but you know that you got to focus on you, and that's all you can do at the end of the day. Number 55, Snake Spirit, time to heal. That's exactly what you're doing. Keep doing that. I was going to say, keep doing that, baby. So yeah. Until we vibe again.